Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Track Titan Community Race Series. Here we are. It's round 2 of Season 4, and we are here in the Netherlands at Zandvoort, up in the sandy banks by the beach. It's a seaside day for us here at the Community Race Series. Zandvoort in the Netherlands, of course, as I've said, 4.3 kilometers of circuit, 14 corners. This is the old layout before Formula 1 came in the other year and added that big banking at the end. The corner is still slightly banked at the final corner, but not quite to the degree that it is today in real life. And joining me in the commentary box this week, it's just Spitzlam. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Hello, guys.
I said just Spitzlam. I don't mean any offence by that. That's not to downplay Spitzlam, of course. He's a fantastic commentator. However, there's no Tom in that. But yeah.
I don't know how I should take that, but fine.
It's a compliment. It's a compliment. I think you're a good commentator. Anyway, an exciting round on our hands, of course, up and coming here in Zandvoort. Let's take a look at the championship standings and see what they're looking like coming into this round. And of course, after his very good performance last time out, 2 podiums, no wins for Max Newt 7, but 2 podiums. That puts him top of the leaderboard as it currently stands on 174 points. Dennis Bosman also on the podium after 2 great results last time on 150 points. And then Michelle Rodriguez, after almost bottling it in the first race, is in 3rd. And then Henry Comsey, race 2 winner, in 4th, alongside Ryan Skywalker, your race 1 winner. Joseph Havlik is already in the comments. Guliczek will win. Guliczek is currently sat in 7th position. He needs to have a flag added to his name. That's my mistake, personally. But Guliczek is in for a shout for a decent result here. He didn't put in some bad lap times in the practice, and he had a good showing out on his debut last week, didn't he?
No, he definitely didn't. Really great laps with him.
Wait, good laps.
Yeah.
Oh,
some amazing racing coming from the back of the grid.
Oh yeah,
to
certainly.
P5, do I believe?
I think so.
If I'm right.
I think so. Yeah. Great racing from Guliczek. So hopefully you can replicate that for all of his adoring fans here in the comments box. And, well, this should be a decent one. Let's go to some track cameras and let's see what's going on circuit. Ryan Skywalker is currently lapping, and he's currently on provisional pole position with 5 minutes of qualifying remaining. And what are the lap times looking like? What kind of lap times should we expect, Spitzlam? Do you know? Oh, I've muted myself in Discord. There we go, Spitzlam. He's back. That was my mistake. Spitzlam, what kind of lap times should we be expecting from the drivers here? Do you know?
Yeah, something like 124, 126, if I'm right. That should be some sort of the lap times that we should be looking at.
Yeah, I mean, currently, Ryan putting in a 124.550. That's a great lap time, and I think that's just about almost on qualifying on the weekly Hot Lap Challenge pace. Of course, the setup has been recently developed a little bit right up until the last minute. So the driver's still getting used to this setup, but yeah.
It was quite a mess this week.
Was quite... Oh, look at that lap time from Max Newt 7. Oh. There we go. Putting it himself on provisional pole position. A 124.474 from the Finnish driver there. That's a great lap time to put him on provisional pole so far with 4 minutes remaining. We'll see if Ryan, or anyone else for that matter, can improve. Joseph's just saying on the chat there, Guliczek actually has a decent chance. He trained very hard for this race, unlike the other one, as Ryan Skywalker
retorts. Ryan goes pole.
Yeah, puts himself on provisional pole. Guliczek at the minute hasn't put in a valid lap time, has he? We'll try and pick him out there for Joseph. But if he's been training hard, this means I've got high expectations for him. I certainly do.
You said the wrong thing, Joseph. You said the wrong thing, mate.
Yeah, this means we're going to have to be bullying Guliczek all the way through the race.
Last race was his first race and getting all the praise. Now he'll be treated as Michelle Rodriguez.
Speaking of Michelle Rodriguez, actually, he's currently sat in 11th position after doing 2 laps worth of practice. As ever, Michelle Rodriguez has spent more time playing Assetto Corsa Competizione than Assetto Corsa, and it's showing because he's not playing very well. And he's currently sat in 11th. We'll see if he can improve in his lap time and get himself down into the 126s at all. Sydney's there saying in the comments, go Skywalker, keep it on the road. Well, That'd certainly be doing much better than he did last week out. If we all remember, last week in race 2, due to some pretty heavy defending from Henry Comsey, Ryan got on the bumps on the outside of the track and, well, he went for a serious spin, didn't he?
Just a little spin, couldn't hurt that much. By the way, I want to say, Michel, when we started the community series, the community racing series, he was the one to look out for with open wheel cars.
He was indeed.
Now he's 11th.
This is what happens when you spend too much time on a set of Corsa Competizione. He's got too used to the GT cars, and he's lost touch. He's lost touch with that classic Michel Rodriguez open wheeler flair. I mean, I say this, he's third in the championship. You know, he had a good showing last time around. We just love to bully him more than anyone else.
Now he's spun.
And he's well, and he has spun. Alexander Gray puts in a decent lap time there, puts him into 8th position.
Max Newt is going fast.
Max Newt is going fast indeed, and Isaac Johansson as well has also put himself. I've muted myself again. Right. Sorry, Spitzam, I've absolutely blocked you out again. I keep pressing this mute button. Let me unmind that so I don't keep losing you. But yeah, Max is on a decent lap and he's not far off the top. I've got some more comments in the chat. Sebastian, big up my brothers Johansson and Lundgren. Well, actually, they're both 3rd and 4th right now. They're doing fantastically here in the McLaren. Really bringing the battle to Ryan Skywalker and Max 7, which is great to see. It's great to see some decent competition up at the head of the field, isn't it? And Joseph, how are you all commentators doing? Well, I'm all right. I'm getting by. How are you, Spitzlam? How are you feeling?
It's fine.
Oh, Guliczek! Guliczek into 5th. Joseph, you've
the Mercedes.
you have blessed him today. He's put it on the 5th position. He's been training hard, and the Mercedes livery is going hard today, putting him onto 5th position, just ahead of Damien Hall. And that could potentially be a decent championship battle brewing between himself and Damien Hall. They're both quite close on points right now as well.
I put the freaking Mercedes as a joke. I didn't think it would work.
It's worked in Guliczek's favour. Victor Lundgren has managed to put in a decent lap time. That's put him on to 3rd. He's going to lead the 2nd row of the grid, and I think he's happy with his lap time because he's not getting another lap time in it. Ryan Skywalker Young Drivers Academy are killing it. They certainly are. Sebastian, where are you this week? You were here last week ripping the track apart and not to be seen this week. Oh, actually, I think you said in the Discord, didn't you, that you got to miss it? Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll see you back next time.
That's the 6th year. And again, still 2nd place. Max, come on.
That lap time from Ryan Skywalker, that 1:24.318, is a fantastic lap time. The qualifying timer has ticked down to 0 now, though, which means that the last driver across the line is going to be Guliczek, who's going to start his last... Oh, no, this is going to be the end of his lap. So, yeah, we'll see how everyone goes as they cross the line. Now, Ryan Skywalker crosses the line for his final lap, and he's not going to improve on his lap time. The last few drivers coming around the final few corners now. Diogo Teixeira here coming around the final few corners. He's going to improve on his lap time and go into 14th position. Michel Rodriguez, can he improve on his lap time and go ahead of 16th? He can. He gets into the 126s and puts himself up into 13th position. And now there's only a few more drivers left to come around the circuit and improve on their times. Damien Hall here coming through the final section of the circuit. He's coming through Kumho corner into, goodness me, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. That is far too Dutch for my English tongue. He comes around the final corner here. Very banked, and Damien Hall absolutely just banks a lap, and he's going to be content with 7th position. Henry Comsey spins on the final corner. He can't improve on 6th position, and it looks like the top 5 are settled because Max Newt 7 is also going slowly, and so that's going to conclude qualifying as it stands right now. Ryan Skywalker is going to take off from pole with Max 7 close behind, and then in at 3rd it's Victor Lundgren and Isaac Johansson in 4th, the 2 Swedes side by side on the 2nd row. And then it's Guliczek in 5th, blessed by Joseph Havlik today, and then Henry Comsey in 6th. And let's progress on to the next session. Let's get this race going, shall we? As Assetto Corsa sorts itself out. The drivers...
Did you see that as well? The car going off the
grid. Yeah, I certainly did. And so did the stream. And I think Ryan Skywalker's had a bit of
a
connection problem. Yeah. He should
have gone.
He should have plenty of time to reconnect. We've got 2 minutes on the grid for us to just discuss what's coming up. So, of course, we've got one 15-minute race as decided from qualifying. And then following this, immediately after, we've got another 15-minute race, but with a reverse grid. So where the drivers finish on track really matters. If they finish further back, of course, they're going to start further forward. So it could be some tactics come into play. I think it's a bit early in the season for those kind of tactics to come into play, though, isn't it?
Come on, and if they want to pull the same tactics as Max did season 2, God, feels a lifetime ago.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are going to get penalized. It
Yeah,
was the
they
same
are.
track, was it?
It was at this circuit. Yeah. A couple of seasons ago. Yeah, crazy turn of events there in the second season of Track Titan Community Race Series. You can go back and watch that on the Track Titan channel.
Ryan was playing checkers and Max was playing chess.
He certainly was. Thanks to everyone for viewing as well today. Got a great amount of viewers on the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Diet Peach Fanta wishes he could join. Great to have you on board here. Wish you could be here. I think you said in Discord, didn't you, that you'd be back another week. So, there's 50 seconds to go. Spitzlam, what am I going to ask? Who's going to be in lead by the first corner, Spitzlam? Who is it going to be?
It's going to be Victor. He'll get a great start with the slip. Ryan and Victor will get a great start. Max will somehow mess it up. He will get the slipstream off Ryan and dive bomb him into turn 1. Ryan will go into no man's land and Victor will stay on the track.
Wow, this is a very bold prediction from you there, Spitzlam. I'm just touring through the grid now, looking at some of the great liveries that we've got on show from Ryan Skywalker. And we'll come through to them. But Victor in the lead by the first corner. Bold prediction, but I like it. I'm all here for it. From third on the grid, he's got the outside line. Max and Ryan Skywalker are going to have some chaos. Well, we'll see how this one goes, shan't we? Ryan Skywalker on pole position, Max Newt 7 alongside him. 6 red lights go on for the 17 drivers on the grid, and Victor did get a good start there, but Max Newt 7 had, even a worse start actually. Ryan Skywalker blistering away from the line. Isaac Johansson's moved through on Gulick, and Victor has dropped back all the way into 5th off the first corner. Isaac Johansson through into 3rd by the first corner. There's a bit of chaos further behind. Lots of bumping and barging and lots of brake lockups, but all the drivers seem to get through fairly cleanly as Gulick tries to go on the outside of Isaac Johansson. He does, because Isaac Johansson has headed off the track and lost a position to Victor Lundgren and both Gulick as well. Henry Comsey still falling through in 6th position with Damien Hall just behind him. But for the top 6 right now, it's basically as it was, but with Gulick gaining 2 positions. He's been truly blessed today. Awesome stuff from the drivers here as they filter through on this first lap of the race. Ryan Skywalker still leading the way now from Max Newt 7, Gulick in 3rd, and then Victor Lundgren and Isaac Johansson. The 2 Swedes going side by side and they're duking it out in this McLaren versus Ferrari livery. It's great to see these 2 battling them 2 liveries, isn't it? As Victor Lundgren filters through in 4th position. Anything else happen there, Spitzler?
We should have listened to the warnings that said the race start is going to be a mess. I didn't listen. I still uploaded the track with 32 grid slots. We didn't even fill them. That's the saddest part. Actually, only me and Adam are using the +2 grid slots. Huge ass spun again. My God.
Yeah, Huge ass is struggling there. Struggling with a bit of grip coming out the corner, but he's just about holding it together and he's down in 6th.
Michelle as well.
Oh,
what
Michelle
are you doing
Rodriguez.
on the grass, mate?
Michelle in the monster livery. Oh, goodness me, mate. Get off the grass. Oh, as with Diogo Teixeira, these drivers are really struggling for grip. And I have to say, this is such a difficult car to control. I had a go myself this week. I could barely put in a lap. But the drivers are doing very well. To keep it on the track, keep it racing. Dennis Bosman, he dropped down a fair few positions, I believe, off the line. And he's dropping down another one. But he has just passed Alad van den Heuven as he comes through the first few sections of corners, and he's now chasing down Keith Holt just ahead of him in... Oh no, sorry, Keith is being lapped, I believe. Yes, Keith must have had some incidents off the start, mustn't he?
Yeah, Keith was in a scrap as well. Dennis was actually in there as well. I think it was turn 2. There was a large pile of people. The track narrows a little bit coming to those 2 turns, 2 and 3. And then to 4, which is a tight as well. You can almost fit 2 cars through there.
Yeah, I think the drivers must have just tried to
maybe a
filter
little
through.
bit.
Yeah. It didn't go too well. Kitch there, moving up past El Ripo. He's got a fan in the chat there in Dire Peach Fanta, and he's just gained another position. Oh, but he locks at the brakes coming into the chicane here, and he manages to hold it together, stays ahead of El Ripo for now, and now he's got to start the hunt for Alex Heller. Ahead of Alex Heller, there's 8 seconds to Alexander Gray. So this is going to be a decent battle here for 9th position brewing. But up at the front of the pack, the battle has not resolved at all. Max Newt 7 is still within half a second of Ryan Skywalker. Behind him, Gulicek a second and a half away, and behind him there's the 2 Swedes of Victor Lundgren and Isaac Johansson. Are these the 2 new Swedish meatballs on the block? It's not Alexander Gray and Michelle Rodriguez anymore. It's Victor, and it's and Isaac clips into the back of Gulicek. Oh, and there's a big netcode problem there. Gulicek with a bit of netcode issue. Isaac Johansson bumps into the back of him, and that car is KO.
Gulicek is just drifting into turns. That's netgo at level 100 there. God, I've never seen something like that.
Decent move on Victor Lundgren there, managing to break a little bit deeper than them into turn 8. Manages to get the switch back and moves through on the switch up into their position once again. Just a bit of a network blip there for Gulicek.
What do you mean a little bit?
Just a minor one. Just a minor one.
By the way, if we are talking about the 2 Swedes that are somewhere on the grid.
Oh, Max Newsom's gone off! Max Newsom's gone off already, rejoins the circuit in front of Victor Lundgren, and Victor Lundgren and Isaac Johansson have to be the 2 unluckiest drivers on the grid from 2nd and 3rd. They're now down in 6th and DNF. Max Newsom, he spins round again and crashes into Victor Lundgren again. Victor is so unlucky, a victim of 2 incidents that were not his fault at all. That's so unfortunate for the Swedish driver.
The 2 new Swedes. You cursed them, Adam. It's your fault.
I'm sorry. Max Newt 7, the championship leader, season 2 champion, struggling with this car.
Alex spins, Alexander Gray.
And he gives him a baptism of fire.
Yes. That's Victor will maybe go up a place again. You encourage them, but Gulicek is getting all the praise he can. In 2nd right now. Never saw something like that.
He is indeed. Gulicek is flying in 2nd position. He's been absolutely blessed by his fans out on the stream today. It's going great for him up in the 2nd step of the podium. Henry Comsey now in 3rd position with Damien Hall not far behind, and then there is that battle between Victor Lundgren and Alexander Gray, and it's 2 Swedes going toe to toe once again, just as it was at the start of the race, isn't it?
It's the original Swedish meatball versus the new one. It's every masterpiece has its cheap copy.
Are you calling Victor Lundgren cheap?
No, it's the one's Victor, but Alex is the original. He is the true masterpiece that we have as our Swedish meatball. He can just drive the best as he can. He needs to keep that 5th place.
He does.
He needs to keep the dignity of Track Titan alive.
He's defending with all of his life right now, but Victor Lundgren has the bit between his teeth and he's got blood in his eyes. He's looking for the overtake. Oh, and Victor's dropped well back. He had a moment coming out of the back. Oh, and he's coming into the pits for repairs. Which means that Kitch and Dennis Bosman, side by side down the pit straight now. Dennis Bosman with the inside line, Kitch with the outside line. Kitch is going to have to concede that position. He managed to get past Dennis Bosman late in the last lap, but he's managed to concede that once again. He's moving through the gap battles, as is Dennis Bosman. Dennis is a very fast driver on the podium positions as it stands in the championship standings, but that looks like it might be changing after this race or 2. But coming through the 3rd corner here and up the hill and through the long sweeping S's, Dennis Bosman put in a little bit of daylight between himself and Kitch, and it looks like that battle has kind of commenced now, hasn't it? Not commenced, it's concluded, excuse me.
It just ended.
It has. Max Newt 7 is battling with Alad van den Herven, coming over the hill now, and he's managing to hold it onto track, which is more than I could say for what he was doing a few laps ago, and he's looking to make a move for 9th position right now to try and regain any points he possibly can, and he's going to look down the inside of Van den Herven here, trying to make the move, trying to break deep. Alex Heller's gone off ahead of them, which means this is now a 4-way battle. Oh, as Van den Herven goes to the back of Alex Heller, he almost spins out. He goes well off track and loses 2 positions. He's gone round and he's going to rejoin the circuit just ahead of Diogo Teixeira, potentially behind him. As he does rejoin, Diogo Teixeira manages to get around him fairly safely, and he's going to drop down another couple of positions as Max Newt 7 now passes Alex Heller for 8th position, and Max Newt 7 has managed to gain 2 positions in just about as many corners.
That's the skill he has. There's nothing you can do with it. He's just that good.
He certainly can. And there is one battle, thank you Joseph as well. There's a serious battle going on, and it's for first place. Guliczek,
No way.
the man with the fire between his legs. Here he comes. He's battling Ryan Skywalker, and look at how fast he's going right now. He's catching up to Ryan Skywalker at a rate of knots. He's brought this gap down from about 2 seconds to half a second. He's looking to gain any time he possibly can on the South African driver here. He's breaking deep. He's getting his lines exactly right. Look at them. Picture perfect, but Ryan Skywalker is doing everything he possibly can right now, putting a little bit of daylight between himself and Guliczek as he's coming down in towards the final complex here. Ryan Skywalker locks up his brakes. Guliczek capitalising on it, gaining a little bit, but still just over a second away. There's no DRS in these cars, so it's all down to driver skill. We'll see how this one develops, and it's about the only smart battle on track. Smells like Wee's looking to find a way past Diego Texera further back, as Roger Sale has managed to find a way past El Rippo as well, as El Rippo is coming to the pits for repairs. And Henry Comsey's not far behind Guliczek either. This is a great battle for first, isn't it?
Oh, it's very good. With as well, when you saw Ryan and Guliczek together, you could just see Henry looming in the background. He's just waiting for a mistake from one of these two to capitalize on it. He's waiting for more points.
Well, that is exactly what he did last week, wasn't it? He just capitalised on Max Newt's chaos ahead of him and managed to gain.
And it cleared Ryan on his own, so.
He certainly did. He certainly did.
Break a sweat.
Ryan, though, managed to look in his mirrors. He's seen the approaching Guliczek here, and he's put the foot down, hasn't he? He's put a bit of a gap between himself and Guliczek.
He just started. He's like, okay, let me take it slowly. Just sees Guliczek. Oh wait, goes back to normal race speed.
Yeah, you know what? I have to say, potentially this is Guliczek losing a bit of time actually, because Henry Comsey is gaining just behind him. He's now got the gap down below a second, and the gap between Guliczek and Ryan Skywalker is now above 2 seconds. So potentially Guliczek, either his tyres are starting to wear away, or he's just kind of losing a bit of focus as the race does start to wear on 10 minutes in now. Of course, this is they're sprint races, but they are long sprint races. 50 minutes is quite long for a sprint race, isn't it? Well, not in the F1
I wouldn't know.
case.
I raced 2 24-hour races. I'm going to race my third next week, so yeah, I don't know.
So this is a really short race compared to anything Spitzlam's done. But for me, with my karting background, I'm used to 8-minute heats. You know what I mean? And 15 minutes is a hefty one. But you know what? These battles are still remaining entertaining, even 10 minutes in, and we do kind of reach a middle race lull. You know what I mean? Like, the drivers are just kind of scoping each other out. They're just seeing where they can make the moves, and they're just seeing where they can gain. Guliczek is keeping Ryan honest. The gap now come down to about a second, but Henry Comsey also not letting Guliczek run away with it.
Bosman overtaking Alexander Gray.
Oh,
we didn't even see that on camera.
Didn't see
Alex
that at
Heller
all.
spinning somehow. Don't know how. Dennis, actually, fun fact, it was my idea to make an older livery as well. And Ryan showed me the Ferrari. It looks so much better than, I don't know, if you look at Guliczek's Mercedes livery, I think the old Ferrari just looks better.
Oh, it's more age appropriate, isn't it? I think the Mercedes livery is very beautiful on the 2022 car, but it doesn't transfer as well into these 1988 ones. And well, I tell you what, I'll keep the cameras on Guliczek right now because this battle is really coming good now. Henry Comsey really not far behind him. The gap now only at 0.6 of a second, and the gap between Guliczek and Ryan Skywalker now only just over a second. The gap between Alexander Gray and Dennis Bosman is still under the second, as Dennis Bosman did manage to make that move on Alexander Gray, which we just caught the end of on camera, but looks like Alexander Gray is going to have to fight tooth and nail to catch back up to Dennis Bosman. The Dutchman got the bit between his teeth. He's going to try and hold on to that podium position all the way through the championship, isn't he? That podium position.
Oh, he definitely will try to. It's the best position he can.
Exactly, especially after losing out to Michelle Rodriguez by 1 place last season. He's going to want to get revenge. Speaking of Michelle Rodriguez, he's in 17th position and the only driver to not have pitted below Keith Holt. So Michelle, get off at Settle Course Competizione for once. Or get better at CSGO. So, he gets targeted.
Just a little bit of toxicity because Henry Comsey is getting closer and closer to Guliczek. Alex Heller. Oh, that backmarked. That's Alex Heller and Roger spinning out a little bit. Roger already going into the pit lane, just losing his faith in the race. Henry Comsey still coming closer and closer to Guliczek, but it doesn't seem like he can get close enough for an overtake. He always loses so much time
Yeah, Gulacek is
in a
defending tooth
corner.
and nail right now, isn't he? He's doing very well to keep Henry Comsey at arm's stretch, but the gap now to 0.4 of a second, and I think the slipstream is quite effective in these cars. Gulacek is just dropping back from Ryan Skalrock a little bit. We keep seeing this with him now. He just kind of gains and drops back a little bit. He still seems set for a podium finish here, but he's going to want to hold on to that second position and take home all the glory he possibly can. But Henry Comsey is going to make it as difficult as possibly can for now. Coming through the bank.
I'm so sorry.
Here, they're going to
I'm so sorry, Adam, but it's Max Newt attacking on Kitch. It's Kitch defending a lot and driving into Max Newt. Driving Max into the wall. I think Max has a broken suspension right now.
It looks like
yes, he does.
He's out of the contention.
Huge ass is getting points. I think Max is going to retire as well. He has like 90 degrees. His wheel is super rotated. Yeah, and his front wing is down as well. Yeah, that car is undrivable.
That's a real shame for the championship leader there. He's going to drop out the points, and that's going to be one of his dropped rounds for certain. And we're going to jump back to this battle up at the front. It still stayed close to the gap now. 0.4 of a second. Henry Comsey looking for any which way he can pass. Let's jump on board with him and see what he can do to try and get past Gulacek here as they're coming through into the penultimate corner here. Henry Comsey powering down, powering through the gears, braking deep, trying to find a way past Gulacek. But Gulacek just sticking to his lines and doing exactly what he needs to do. He's maintaining that gap. He's keeping it at 4/10 of a second. Ryan Skywalker ahead of them, clearing back markers. That might slow down a little bit. Gulacek approaching into the first corner, powering down the pit straight. Ryan Skywalker up the inside of Alex Heller. Alex Heller getting out of the way very studiously there. Well done, Alex Heller. Le Bandit. Not banditing today.
But it seems like he was a little bit defending on the straights from Ryan, so we will have to watch that as race marshal.
Personal vendetta, I think. Alex Heller's got beef. Max Newt 7. Oh, look at him limping on the side of the track. Max, that's so sad to see.
Max just going to the pits.
Oh, Henry Comsey right to the back of Gulacek now. Right to the back of Gulacek. Gulacek looking to make a way past Alex Heller. Alex Heller is just sticking to his line and he's almost defending from Gulacek. Gulacek trying to find a way past. He looks at the inside. Henry Comsey looks at the inside of the pair of them and he's managed to get past Gulacek. And Alex Heller, Le Bandit, has come back into it and he's deciding races once again. Henry Comsey through into second position on the penultimate lap of the race. Gulacek down into third and now he's going to have to try and fight his way back up into second position. He's got all the work ahead of him and very few back markers ahead. Do you reckon Henry Comsey is going to get caught up with potentially with Roger Sale ahead?
I don't think, because Roger is spinning a lot in this setup as well. That felt intentional.
Oh, it's a real shame for Gulacek. Real shame for Gulacek there, dropping through 2 positions. But that's the challenge of clearing back markers. That's just one of those things that you got to get used to.
And we have blue flags. You know what? I'm going to report it myself here. I'm a commentator, but God. He stayed on the line for so long.
He didn't. Well, we'll see how it goes. The race marshals, of course, look at all the incidents after the race. We'll see when the complaints come in.
He is a race marshal.
He can't vote on his own incidents. He can't vote on his own incidents. So
yeah,
it keeps it fair.
That's a good one.
It keeps it fair.
Ryan, I'm sorry. Keith taking a trip to make sandcastles.
He is indeed. We've come to the final lap here. Henry Comsey still leading Gulacek in second position. We'll have a look at how the marshals do deem that incident with Alex Heller and Gulacek. I think Gulacek might just be out of luck, really, because I think it's one of those things with back markers getting involved. We see it time in, time out. It happens all up and down the motorsporting world. But here we go on the final lap. He's not had much screen time as Ryan Skywalker, has he? He's just kept himself to himself. He's led off the line. He's got pole position. You want me to read a message that Ryan Skywalker sent to me earlier today. He said, Ryan Skywalker, oh, someone breaks deep ahead of him. He said he's going to be a psychic. He says, call me Mystic Mac. A pole to flag win for myself in race 1. And race 2, I'll give my loyal fans a show to remember. Well, the first part of Mystic Mac's prediction has certainly come true. It's a polite to flag victory for Ryan Skywalker. He started on pole, he finishes on first, and this first race goes to Ryan Skywalker. He's going to go right to the top of the championship standings, surely. Max Newt 7 sat on the edge of the track there. He looks like Lando Norris in Spa. Henry Comsey comes home second position after passing Gulacek in controversial circumstances. No fault by Henry Comsey, to be clear. He just capitalised on what he could. Just unfortunate for Gulacek, the driver in third position now. Damien Hall, another driver with a quiet drive, putting in the hard work, getting them points up. He's going to be doing very well in the championship standings after this race in 4th position. Then Dennis Bosman round in the final corner, down the start, finish straight. He's going to finish this race in 5th position ahead of Alexander Gray in the Cannon Williams livery. Look at him go. The original Swedish meatball comes round the final corner to finish in 6th position. Behind them, Hugh Jass, Kitch, Diogo Teixeira, Kitch, and Smells Like We. And there's a decent battle here for 7th, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any changes as they come through the final few corners to complete the point scoring positions. What a race that was.
That was interesting, to say the least.
No, it certainly was. Oh, Diogo Teixeira goes well off track on the start-finish straight. He holds it just about together, finishes in 8th position ahead of Kitch. Smells Like We reversing on the track as he tries to recover into 10th position. Oh, but here comes Allard van den Heuvel. Oh, Allard van den Heuvel on the penultimate corner. He passes Smells Like We for 10th position and the final point scoring position. And Smells Like We, after spinning on the penultimate corner, loses out on points in this first race. And the Dutch driver takes home the last of them. Smells Like We in 11th. There we go.
I think that's Van den Heuvel's first race. That's a point on his debut. That's good.
Who's
No
sorry?
matter. I think it's I think if I'm right, it's a first race for Van den Heuvel.
It
And
is.
that's a point on his debut. I'm not sure anymore.
It's. I think it's a. I'm not sure how many points it is for 10th anymore. I should have checked these things as a commentator.
It's
Really,
10 if I'm right.
10 points, so a decent haul of points for Van den Heuvel there. In his first race here in the Track Time Community Race Championship, great to see him. The comments have been flying into that race. Great to see you guys interacting. Thank you for commenting. Poor Gulagzek Showers. Yeah, very unfortunate for Gulagzek in that race there. Good job, Kitch, says Diet Peach Fanta. Kitch did a great job in that race. Took home a decent haul of points there. And fought through the pack very well. And this is going to be how the grid lines up for the second race. I'll quickly run through this one. Isaac Johansson, he was fighting in 3rd position at the start of the race, but he got caught on the wrong side of the law. No, not on the wrong side of the law. He got caught on the wrong side of an accident that wasn't his fault. And he's going to start in 20th position after finishing the first race in the pits, but it's great to see him stick around for the second race. El Ripo, also another driver in the pits in 19th position. Michelle Rodriguez, starting here in 18th position because he was also in the pits. Max Newt 7 didn't finish the race. He's going to start in 17th position, and that's an awful place for Max Newt 7 to start. We'll see if he can battle his way through the pack. We know he's got the pace if he can keep it on the black stuff. Roger Sale in 16th position, and then Victor Lundgren in 15th. These are all drivers that retired to the pits, I believe, and then we do have your winner of race 1 in the reverse grid race. He's going to start in 14th position here, behind of Henry Comsey. Gulagzek in 12th position, Damien Hall in 11th, Dennis Bosman in 10th, Alexander Gray in 9th, Hugh Jass in 8th, Diogo Teixeira in 7th, Kitch starts in 6th position with Allard van den Heuvel in 5th position. Smells Like We
Adam,
after
I
that
think
spin on the penultimate corner.
you have the grid maybe one up because Kitch is 5th, Ryan is 13th.
That's true. Kitch is 5th. I've got them one down, sorry. And then 3rd position is Smells Like We.
Yep.
Alex Heller is going to start in 2nd position. And then Keith Holt is going to start from pole position for the second race. Diet Peach Fanta thinks the Mercedes skin on this car looks good. I think that's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
That's going to be like beer or olives. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
Here we go. 6 red lights for the drivers to look at here. We've got 19 drivers on the grid staring at these 6 red lights as they light up now. The 6 red lights go out. Away we go. Keith Hall gets a decent start there. Alex Heller starting well alongside him. Oh, who's that from behind? They had an awful start there. I think that was Allard van den Heuvel had an awful start from the line there. And the drivers are filtering into turn 1 now. Where are some of our key contenders here? Henry Comsey, Gulagzek going side by side through the first corner. They get through fairly cleanly, as does Ryan Skowka by the looks of it. Alex Heller is leading the way up at the head of the pack. Keith Holt has dropped down 1 position. And Diogo Teixeira and Hugh Jass are going side by side through the 3rd corner here. Smells Like We also looking to gain positions on Alexander Gray. And who's that up the inside? Diogo Teixeira, that's Hugh Jass, but he's unable to make it stick. And Alexander Gray, sorry. Oh, on the grass. He's round. Who else is round? That's Victor Lundgren, also round. I think it was Michelle Rodriguez, potentially Michelle Rodriguez. The 2 original meatballs, both round, coming down the wiggly bits. here at the middle of the circuit. Max 7 didn't manage to gain too many positions off the line. He's in 16th position. And then
Whoa.
up ahead of them, Henry Comsey has battled his way through. He's up in 7th position. We know he does very well in these reverse grid races. And here comes Victor Lundgren up the inside of Henry Comsey. Diogo Teixeira through on Keith
It's
Holt and
Henry.
Hugh Jass. Henry Comsey still going
It's
side by
Keith.
side with Victor Lundgren. Keith is off the track. He's dropping down the positions like a sack of bricks. Victor Lundgren and Henry Comsey having a great battle here. The battle of the Scandinavians as they are flying down to the final few corners of the circuit. Alad van den Herven holding on to that 5th position, but for how much longer? He looks at the inside of Smells Like Wee. He's able to make the big position gained, and he's going to lose a bunch of time to Henry Comsey, who's going to try and hang it. Oh, Slim Shady round the outside. Oh, but Alad van den Herven, it's a multi-car incident. Alad van den Herven managed to go a little bit wide. Henry Comsey trying to hang it around the outside. There's drivers left, right, and centre. El Ripo spins in sympathy. Damien Hall backward. Michelle Rodriguez is backwards. Alexander Grazer joining. This is chaos at the final few corners of the circuit. And all Mano drivers are involved. Up at the head of the pack, Hugh Jass and Diogo Teixeira. They managed to get away with it, and they're running in first. Oh, Diogo Teixeira collides with Hugh Jass. Diogo Teixeira takes out Hugh Jass in the 3rd corner. He rejoins the circuit on the hairpin here. And Ryan Skywalker
That's
moves
Ryan.
into the lead of the race once again. This is chaos, Switzerland. I'm sorry, mate.
Taking advantage of this mess. What happened?
What on earth just happened there? That was
No one
chaos
knows.
incarnate. That was mental. That really was a NASCAR wreckfest.
We have 5 people in the pit lane.
Oh,
God.
gracious me.
And even more coming. That's
My heart is going like an
the
absolute
DNF,
ticker.
the Damien as well. That's the bottom 12.
Oh, goodness me. Look how many
Out of the
drivers.
race.
Look how many drivers in the pits. That's 6 drivers in the pits. Gulacek, Henry Comsey, Victor Lundgren, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Jass, Diogo
That's
Teixeira,
Victor coming out.
and Alad van den Herven. Great big time drivers. Oh, man, Ryan Skywalker spun. Ryan Skywalker spun coming out the penultimate corner. And Smells Like Wee coming through. Roger
is
Sale coming
Roger.
through. Isaac Johansson
It's
starting
Isaac.
from last on the grid. He's up in the 3rd position. He is the new Swedish meatball in town.
This is a race for the history books. That's what Ryan said. That's the truth. He is not giving a show to his fans. The show. This is a fucking circus. What's happening? Roger fastest laps 126.1. What?
Chaos.
That's
Chaos
2
up and down the
DNFs.
grid.
Huge house. Damon Hall. 2 DNFs. Diego still in the pit lane. Van den Hooven losing positions. Henry 13th. Ryan 4th. Max 7th. Losing positions somehow.
It's chaos
Swedish
up and down the
meatball
grid.
9th.
Really is
behind-
chaos.
You can Smells Like we first.
Smells Like We leading this race ahead of Roger Sale. But here comes Roger, the Norwegian, back for his 2nd time out. He's going to try and score some points today, and he's doing very well up in 2nd position. But here is Isaac Johansson. We know he's a fast driver, and as long as he can stay on the right side of any crashes, he's going to cruise through into the lead, surely. But who's that in his mirrors? That's Ryan Skywalker. Let's look at
It's
Roger
Roger
Sale
first.
down the inside of Smells Like We for the lead of the race. Beautiful, clean overtake from Roger there. Smells Like We conceding the position. Very sportsmanlike. Isaac Johansson looking to capitalise on this. Let's jump on board with him as he comes around the penultimate corner here. We'll see if he can gain any positions on the Englishman. But behind him is Ryan Skywalker. And it's a 4-car battle down the start-finish straight. Ryan Skywalker down the inside of Isaac Johansson. They're side by side, parking through the gears down the start-finish straight. Smells Like We approaching very fast. And Ryan Skywalker breaking deep down the inside of Isaac Johansson. Makes the move. Isaac Johansson's going to try and hang it around the outside. Smells Like We's going to also get involved here. He's just trying to keep it on the track ahead of these 2 drivers. Ryan Skywalker up the inside of Smells Like We. Oh, unable to make this move stick through turn 3, but he's going to try and get it done into turn 4. Oh, he locks up his brakes, as does Isaac Johansson. And this 3-way battle is all this is doing is allowing Roger Sale to run away with it at the end of the pack, isn't he?
Oh, it's definitely. We have another DNF. El Ripo getting out. Ryan is the definition of the hunter. Smells Like We. Isaac are the hunted. This is what you don't want to be, this kind of person in the race. This is not good for you.
Certainly not, certainly not. Isaac Johansson just looking to capitalise on any chaos ahead of him. We'll jump on board with him here, see what's going on from his perspective. Ryan Skywalker, he's looking for any way he possibly can to get past Smells Like We, but he's just unable to manage to get it done. Smells Like We driving the widest McLaren possible, but finally he relents and Ryan Skywalker moves through up in second position. Oh, and Isaac Johansson last in the late breakers down the inside of Smells Like Wee with a big lunge. Smells Like Wee collides into the side of him. Both drivers managed to get away with it, and Isaac Johansson lets him back through. That's great sportsmanship from Isaac there. I wouldn't say that was... Oh, it looks like he's got suspension damage.
But it's basically a race. Max Nude spins a lot. It's Keith 5th. Max still losing positions, even more. Kitch losing positions. Isaac in the pits.
Isaac's
Alex,
in the pits.
5th.
He's been after that
Max,
collision.
Kitch 6th. Max 7th. Dennis 8th. What's happening? I still don't know.
It's chaos.
This
it's
is
chaos.
the craziest 4 laps we ever had at Track Titan. Kitch, Max, Dennis, Alex. No, Kitch is the hunted right now. God damn.
He is.
Dennis is hunting Max Nude, Max Nude is hunting Kitch, and Kitch is hunting Alexander Gray. Max Nude, if I'm right, braking a little bit more into turn 3. That's not good for him. Isaac, DNF. That's the 4th DNF of this race.
So unfortunate for Isaac there. He just, as he made the move on Smells Like Wee, I think Smells Like Wee's touching into him, messed up his suspension, and he's out of this race, and that's so unfortunate for Isaac there. Max 7 up the inside of Kitch now. Clean move from the Finnish driver there, up into 6th position. Kitch concedes that position without too much of a fight, and here comes Dennis Bosman. Now hunting Kitch. Oh, and he goes into him. Kitch just barges around, and Kitch manages to hold on to the track. He's still in 8th position, and Dennis Bosman through now into 7th position. Gulikjek, where's he?
15th, but he has the fastest lap.
That's all that matters.
4th, Alexander Gray. Keith spinning a little bit. Alex Hiller in the pits.
Oh, unfortunate for Kitch there. As Keith was rejoining after a spin, Kitch got caught up. Did very well to avoid an accident there, but he's going to get well slowed down by Keith now. Down in 8th position, but he could potentially gain a position as they come in up underneath the slipstream, down the start-finish straight. Keith looking in his mirrors, trying to avoid any overtakes from Kitch, but it seems inevitable as Kitch looks around, looks left, looks right, thinks better of it. I'm going to jump away from this battle because Roger Sale and Ryan Skywalker are line astern.
Ryan is going faster and faster. He's trying to catch that car. He's trying to catch the monster inside the car of Roger. Roger Schill. There's nothing he can do.
He's trying his very best. He's got 6.5 minutes to do it. There's no rush for Ryan Skywalker here. As long as he can keep Roger honest, he can make the move later on in the race. And we'll see how this one goes. Hugh is in the comments. Hugh has been the most unlucky driver here. He was battling for first. And then the other Texera just speared him off into 3rd corner. And that was so unfortunate for Hugh. Didn't deserve it at all. I'm sure the race marshals will throw the book at the Ogre.
I'm so sorry. Ryan is getting closer and closer, but he is also going slower and slower as well. He's doing the same thing. I think Gulicek has done it as well. Wait, that's one defensive move from Roger. Going onto the main straight, going back to the line. That's no defensive weaving. That's good. No penalty for him right there. Ryan still very close to him. 2/10. Can he try and close the gap? What do you think, Adam?
Hopefully he can, because this is going to make it much more exciting for us, as Ryan Skywalker still tails Roger Sale up through the first
I'm so sorry again, but it's Max and Alexander Gray battling for the 4th position. The Swedish meatball doesn't want to give up. He is here to race, and he is showing that he is worth it. Max taking a little bit off the grass there, and Dennis looming behind him right now as well. There is the freeway battle for 4th right now. Again, there's the battle for 1st as well. There are not that many battles as well. We have top last 5 people again DNFing as well. Max still getting closer and closer to Alexander Gray. Ryan is getting closer and closer to Roger. Is there anything he can do, both of them, to catch Alex or Roger?
Yeah, they're both trying everything in the book, aren't they? Ryan Skywalker looking left on Roger Sale right now in the penultimate corner. He's coming through the final few corners of the circuit, round the final corner here. Roger Sale looking in his mirrors, and all you can see is a face full of Ryan Skywalker. 1 second, because Ryan Skywalker's making a move on Roger Sale here. Down the start-finish straight, they're side by side. Ryan Skywalker's got the inside line. Oh, but he thinks better of it. And we jump back because Max New 7 has made the move on Alexander Gray, because Alexander Gray is backwards.
Alexander Gray's spun as well. What a clean move made by Max Nude, little touch then by Alexander Gray, and Alexander Gray then spun out of the corner. That's so unfortunate. That's the worst thing that can happen in a race for a driver. Lose a position and then you lose 4 more positions. He was 4th. Now he's 8th. Now I
That's a
see someone. Oh yeah, that's Cage overtaking a back marker into Tarzan. Then going to Gerlabach the second turn
it
into the
is,
third turn.
and that leaves one battle on track now, and that's the battle for the lead. And I said, right, for Ryan Skywalker's got plenty of time. Well, time is ticking down, and he still hasn't managed to find a way past Roger Salia. Roger is driving the widest McLaren in the world. That monster livery is going to good use, and he is being an absolute monster on track. Coming through the final complex here into the penultimate corner, Roger Sale just looking to defend left, right, and centre from Ryan Skywalker. But we know what Ryan gets like when he's stuck behind people for too long. He gets nervy, doesn't he? He starts to make silly moves.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
It seems
see.
that Roger knows the rules as well. He we just hit. When you last time you said that Ryan can overtake Roger, it was 6:30 on the clock. Now it's 3 minutes till the end of the race. Ryan still hasn't made a move. Roger is driving the widest car we ever seen here. This track is also very tight around every corner. Roger taking the best lines he can. He's literally driving as well as he can. He's not letting the pressure go to him. Alexander Bray overtaking Kitch seems like no problem in the last corner for him. But Ryan is still pushing on Roger. Roger is not giving up. That monster inside of him wants the win. And that's a back marker. Rejoining the track. That's a safe rejoin. Very well done. I don't know who that is. That was a Swedish person. That's Henry Comsey.
That's Henry Comsey there. Yeah,
Henry!
rejoining the circuit very safely. Well done, Henry. But this battle remains. It's so close up at the front. It's not gone above half a second in at least 4 laps now. And like you said, the battle's been raging for the last 5 minutes, and it still continues to. Ryan Skywalker trying to find any way he possibly can through, and this might be the opportunity presented to him. Roger Sale messes up a little bit, coming out of the third to last corner here, coming round the final curve here. Ryan Skywalker has got such a run on Roger Sale here. He's going to duck up underneath him. Max 7 has moved up into third position for Smells Like We. He's managed to get himself up into the podium points. How's Ryan Skywalker got it in him to find a way past Roger Sale? Roger Sale defending very well into the first corner, taking an inside line. But Ryan Skywalker swoops around the outside. He's got all the grip in the world, and he moves into first position of the race with a beautiful move around the outside. Slim Shady, will you please stand up, Ryan Skywalker?
Max also taking a very good overtake on Smells Like We. Smells Like We was third this whole time with all this carnage happening in front of him and at the back of him. He didn't know about that. He was just cruising as he could. Now Max knew that got him. Max is third. I don't think you can catch up 17 seconds in 1 minute. But Roger is still trying to catch Ryan. He wants that first place.
He certainly does. He's not giving it up without a fight, that's for sure. And it's really great to see another driver up at the head of the pack, challenging people like Ryan up at the front, especially when Max 7 is having an off day, as he certainly is today. It's another podium position if you can hold it on the track for this till the end of the race. Looks like Smells Like We is well out of contention for third, but that's another great position for Smells Like We to be in as well, racking in the points. Dennis Bosman, just to give a shout out for him, he's had barely any screen time, as has Keith Holt, but both of them in 5th and 6th position, raking in good points here and driving very well up in the midfield and, you know, just doing well for their championship bids for that mid-pack battle.
Michelle
well in
wants...
as well.
I'm so sorry, but Michelle wants that 1 point from Henry Comsey, so it will be battle of the Scandinavians for 1 or 10 points. Don't know anymore as well.
It certainly will be. They're trying to grab the last points on the table, and Henry Comsey defends to the inside. Michelle Rodriguez looks to the outside. Henry Comsey moves over to cover him, squeezes him right to the edge of the circuit, as is his right. Michelle Rodriguez blocks his brakes as he tries to find a way past Henry Comsey. This is good, hard fighting with Max 7 approaching from behind. He's, of course, 1 lap up, and he's not going to want to get bothered by these drivers. Smells Like We has dropped down behind Dennis Bosman. He's dropping like a sack of bricks, but I think that's just a skill issue. Kitch has moved up on Alexander Gray. Alexander Gray moving very slowly. He must have had an incident, and that's another extra bit of points for Kitch on his debut.
Oh, Smells Like
really
We
strong.
Loses the rear in at the end of the third corner. Keith can maybe get 1 more point or more points because I'm still used to the old system. God damn it.
Yeah, he's going to try and get a few more points in the bag here, Keith. If you can catch up to Smells Like We on this penultimate lap here, onto the last lap, he's got 3.5 seconds to catch up to Smells Like We, and Smells Like We really not managing this car very well recently. Alex Heller has moved through on Allard van den Heuvel. Oh, because Allard van den Heuvel is beached. He's beached on the exit of turn 2. This is going to be chaotic. And we're going to come on to the final lap. Ryan Skywalker, and he's going to have to avoid Allard van den Heuvel. And we'll see how the drivers manage to avoid this incident. Oh, and he's coming to the pits very safely. Good job from Allard there to get off the track and get out the way of the approaching leaders here in Ryan Skywalker, Roger Sale, and then Max Newt 7 coming on to the start-finish straight, because just ahead of him, it's Michelle Rodriguez and Henry Comsey duking out for the final points on the board. Michelle Rodriguez looks to the inside, breaks deep. Henry Comsey covers him off with a late move there. Great stuff from Henry Comsey, defending that last points position, and Max Newt 7 is going to be looking at these two going, move out the way, move out the way, as Michelle Rodriguez tries to find a way.
He's screaming blue flags with the best fella impression he can do. Michelle closing the doors on him, and he pays the price.
Michelle Rodriguez.
As Alonso said, you never close the door.
he revs up the engine and drops back from Henry Comsey, and that's put him out of contention for extra points there, as Keith Holt now moves through to lap him, and that's not something you see very often. Keith lapping Michelle. Michelle is having an off day indeed. He's going to drop well out of his championship slot. But I'm going to have to jump back to the front, because it looks like it's all settled now, and it's going to be 2 wins for Ryan Skywalker. And I tell you what, Mystic Mac, Race 2, I'll give my loyal fans a show to remember. Well, Ryan Skywalker's loyal fans, this certainly has been a show to remember. We all thought it was lost for Ryan Skywalker, but he moved through the pack, took the lead magnificently on Roger Sale, who put up a fantastic fight. But that's another win for Ryan Skywalker. 2 wins tonight, and he's going to shoot himself up right to the top of the championship standings after that, surely. Max Newt 7 in third. He's going to try and take up as many championship points as he can to keep up this championship battle with Ryan Skywalker. But he's absolutely flying. Roger Sale in second position, Dennis Bosman finishing in fourth position, Smells Like We in fifth, and then Keith Holt not far behind him trying to gain that fifth position. I said it was on the cards, but it looks like it might just be a little bit far away for Keith right now as they cross the line, only 7/10 of a second apart. And excuse me, Kitch finishes in 7th position. Great debut for the English driver there. Alexander Gray in 8th. Victor Lundgren on his first race finishes in 9th position. Great racing from Victor today in both races. Very unlucky in race 1, but managed to do fantastically in race 2. And then Henry Comsey in 10th position. And that's the last of the point scorers. Thanks, Joseph and Diet Peach Fanta. They've been very nice to us in the comments there, saying that we've done very good there, Spitslam. Shame that Gulajik didn't do well in the second race. He did fantastically in the first race, though. Managed to get a podium. Really good from Gulajik there. Great battling. Let's have a chat with Ryan, I guess.
Yes, let's speak to our winner.
Let's speak to our double race winner. It's the double champion. It's the double race winner. It's Ryan Skywalker. Ryan, 2 race wins tonight. Mystic Mac, I read your prediction out, mate. You've made it come true. I said to Ryan, I says, I'm going to roast you if it doesn't go well, but you know what? You've absolutely proved me wrong, and you've flown. That first race was beautiful from you, and that second race, that battle with Roger, did you ever think you were ever going to get past?
To be honest, I was nursing a broken car the whole time, so it was every time I get close to him and next to him on the straight, my car limits out because I've got engine damage, because I hit somebody in the melee somewhere during the second race. I don't even know who, but
that's why.
I had the slow car the whole race, so I really tried. It was very hard.
Yeah, but
very interesting.
I noticed, even though you had engine damage, it seemed like he slowed you down, because after you overtook him, you were already 2 seconds clear of him just by a couple of turns.
And then I put down the motor to about 60 the last few laps just to save it. I didn't know if that baby's gonna pop or not, so I didn't want to take the chance. But it was fun. It was fun. Good race to Roger.
Adam, just imagine commentating that. Just Ryan's, just before the finish line, like 100 meters before the finish line, just Ryan's engine
smoke.
pops. There's a smoke that we see on the screen. We're like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's Ryan's engine.
No, don't jinx me, Spitslam. God damn it.
Yeah, you're going to jinx him for the next one.
No, it's going to happen in the next lap. The V6 are very shit. I
No,
would
they're
say
not.
should.
Those are awesome cars, man. I love that mod.
It's
That's my
every yeah.
favorite mod.
They should. They should have really good engines.
Mm.
It
But I'm
shouldn't
just
be like these old ones.
the Hungaroring. They say it's the Monaco without walls, so I don't know how good
It's
passing is going to
true.
be there. But
It's true,
It's
of
true.
course. Next week,
we'll
it
see.
is the Hungaroring next week, and we are in the Formula 3 cars from 2019, the Formula RSS V6s. Like you say, it should be a good car, should be good racing, but do you think you're going to fare as well next week? What's your honest opinion, Ryan?
Yeah, I did a double win with them last time, and we should get Peter Jones to race again, and then just mind you on the track this time. So then that'll be good memories for him this time.
I think Peter should be back soon, no?
Because Peter, last time we had those cars, him and you came together on the grid. Remember that time on
Oh, of
Spa?
course,
When you
of course. Yeah, that won't happen again.
so
I
he's
don't
got
remember.
he's got bad memories of that car.
Wait, Spa, F3.
Yeah, it was the first
No, I
race
don't know.
Yeah,
last
it was
season.
that was an unfortunate incident. I think season 1 or season 2 where my auto
It
start
was
system didn't
last
work.
season.
It wasn't season 3. Surely not.
It was last. I swear to God, it was last season, the
Oh
first race.
god.
Goodness me. Right. Well, still that won't return. That won't happen again. We should have some good racing next week. But
Just
well
by the
done
way,
for-
I just want to find out: did you attend the funeral
Which
of
one?
Finland? Finland. I buried them both.
Oh, and you buried the Swedes as well. There are 4
Yeah,
of them on the
everybody.
track.
There's lots of space. Everyone can get in there. I don't mind.
What do you mean lots of space? You cannot even fit 2 cars on a straight, man.
Dude,
Ryan's,
the whole idea
No,
is
you
these
can't,
guys'
but-
graves.
Ryan's
can,
flying the Pan African flag. He's really fighting these European bastards.
Bring it.
Let's bring back Mad Bull. Maybe he can show something.
Hopefully,
Let's
he
put him
can.
on a novel. Maybe he can win.
He might do well. He's American, yeah. As long as he doesn't have to turn left, eh? No.
You guys
Nah.
are killing me. I can't with you.
Yeah, well done, Ryan. Great racing today.
Thank you.
We won't keep you around for too long because we're going to chat to you every week anyway. So you
Yeah, man.
need to keep it fresh.
Adam, I just want to tell you. I told you the second race I'm going to give you a show. So I spun on purpose just to give you a show. You know that, eh?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool, guys.
It's
Well done,
great to
Ryan.
have you back in the commentary box, by the way. So, how was your run in the 80s? The car, how did it feel?
I love this car personally. I don't know. The other guys all complained. I don't know what they're on about. I love this car.
I don't like it. I don't like to drive it. But
It's a good
Hey,
car.
each
It
their
has
own.
great history. That's where it ends.
Yeah. Did you guys see my livery?
Yeah,
we
it
did
was
indeed.
good.
Every car looked good this week, of course, Ryan. Thank you for making them skins.
Thank you.
Right, that's the last of my questions for Ryan. We don't want to ask
Cool,
too many
man.
questions. We've got a full season worth of interviews to come.
Yeah, we need some other interviews as well. Save your questions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. Well done, Ryan. Today, 2 wins and a pole position. That's everything you could have possibly done. You're going to be shooting right to the top of the championship standings.
Cool, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the race. I did for sure. See you guys
Well
next
done.
week.
See you next week, Ryan. Well, there you
See ya,
go.
Ryan.
Double race winner this evening, Ryan Skywalker. Great to hear from him as always. And that concludes the racing for tonight. Here from Zandvoort, what a pair of races that was. There was chaos up and down the grid. And, well, that second race was something special, wasn't it?
It was one of the most entertaining races we ever had. For sure.
Certainly was. I think I'm going
Was
to clip that one
fun.
out and upload it separately. We'll see. Anyway, next week, as I've said, Hungaroring in the Formula 3 cars. We'll look forward to that. That's going to be a crazy one for sure. And hopefully it'll give us some decent racing as well. It's a little bit slower, a little bit easier to handle. So a bit more tighter racing. Nonetheless, that's us done for the evening. So, from myself, Adam Chapman, and from Spitzlam, you back next week, Spitzlam?
Definitely.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Definitely more entertaining than the Mexican GP, Joseph. Damn right, mate. Thanks to everyone for joining us in the chat. Thanks for all your messages. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. And until next week, until next Tuesday, ta-ra.